Hey y'all, I know that it has been a pretty long minute, but I am back. And boy, do I have so much to tell you.
The Lord is faithful to all his promises and loving towards all he has made. The Lord upholds all those who fall and lifts up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food at the proper time. And you open your hand and satisfy the desires of every living thing.
So back in January, I decided to take a break from YouTube and honestly everything that you can think of that you can highlight as a social media platform, if you will. And with that, the main reason why, and there are so many different factors that I'm going to share with you today, but the main reason why was because school became very heavy, assignments and deadline and stress. And I felt like I could not start to gain a grip on anything. And honestly, I just highlighted what others will say is overwhelming. See, when I've shared before that school comes first, I meant that. And I'm highlighting it again, and I'm highlighting it again because I'm almost to the finish line, but I'm not quite there yet. So I want to pause and thank you guys so much for the passive and continuing support on my YouTube, on my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, all of my social media platforms that I have a social media presence. I thank you guys because that support is what continues to allow me to drive, what continues to allow me to actually want to come back, to provide a reason why, to continue to be motivational, right? So there's going to be a lot of moments in this video where I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to smile. I might look to my left, I might look to my right because I'm taking it all in. But I really want to tell you the meat and potatoes of exactly what really has been going on since January. There has been a little bit of a spark within my love life, and I've been consistent at going to the gym. When I tell you that I've been getting thicker than a Snicker, but in all the right places. My muscle gains in my arms, like they fill out shirts now. Hello? Like my chest is developing, like I feel good. This all goes into the level of health being wealth, and to not only be consistent with school, but to also be consistent with just putting myself first. And the health sector is a whole entire another thing. Let me tell you something. I feel so good. And I know that we're not at the beginning anymore, but this is a continuation of something that I put in writing years ago. And I'm now starting to feel and grab and taste the fruits of what it is that I really was wanting and had in goals years ago. So I deleted social media off of my phone because I felt as though that it was going to be a good decision. Well, 6 months later, it was the best decision that I decided to do. And I'm not saying because you guys are a distraction. I decided to use social media as a distraction because I had a plethora of other things that I needed to take care of. And I understand that there is self-control, but baby, when you find yourself scrolling and scrolling and scrolling because you need a good laugh, then you come back and tell me another way to go about it. But the best way that I did was I went ahead and deleted those apps off of my phone. And it was a sad case. It wasn't easy making that decision. It wasn't easy actually going and sticking to these different things. But what I can tell you is I was locked in. I had my tunnel vision on. I was able to build on so many different things, from my love life to my school and academic life to my gym life. I'm a gym rat now, down to building my career, when I first started this channel, I was, what do you call them? I was in an apprenticeship. I was an intern, that's the word. I was an intern at my current job, and I did not know what I was doing, but that was around the time that I decided to let go and let God. Because he said, you know what, I feel as though that you don't really have that much control like you thought. So if you would just allow me to just step in and just allow me to grab your hand and you follow me. God said, just follow me. I will lead you in the right direction. I have not led you to anything worse than. And I had to realize that. I had to realize that. I had to want that. So throughout my apprenticeship, that was the least amount of time that I've ever worked throughout a work week. I worked 3 days out of a week, and I made the least amount of money that I've ever made in my whole entire working life. However, it was the test that was part of a testimony that allows me to make this video here today. Because not only was that apprenticeship a stepping stone into getting me into the career that I'm in school for right now, mind you. God said, allow me to lead you. So the dream job that you wrote down on paper years ago, you can actually get for once, versus going and getting a job that pays money that you think is favorable to you. Baby, I was making twice as what I'm making now in my current career, and still was not happy years ago. I'm making half of what I was making when I was unhappy, and I am the happiest. I am happier than I've ever been before because I decided to let go and let God. I decided to be confident within my skin. I decided to put me first. I decided to actually sit in the passenger seat of the vehicle that God was driving. I don't think y'all heard me. I let go and I stopped trying to control every single little thing. And I finally said, God, you drive and I will sit in the passenger seat. And y'all, once I did that, once I surrendered, doors flew open times 10. I'm not saying that it was easy, but what I am saying is I decided to surrender and to allow things to align how God had planned for them to align. Not only was I able to develop within my career, but I was interviewing for 4 different positions that I also got offers for, on top of the career that I really wanted. So when I say I surrendered and doors opened, you add this to this, that's 5. That was 5 different opportunities that God had waiting for me as soon as I decided to let him take control. Sorry, I had a notification. God is so good. God is so good. And everything that he's been showing me, he just needed me to sit long enough for me to receive it. Hence why I'm sitting down making this video with you guys today, because I'm still receiving what he has for me. He's not finished with me, and I know that for a fact, but he's definitely not finished with you. I'm using my tests and my testimonies to allow you to see that not only is the glitz and glams and the luxuries of Jay Couture something that's just going to be shared with you, It's what is driving me. It's who is driving me. I surrendered, and that was the outcome. I want to go ahead and talk about a few people that mean so much to me within my family. Most importantly, my mom. If it wasn't for me seeing her before a degree and her after a degree, her before marriage and her after marriage, her before my siblings and her after my siblings, I can go on and on. My mom has been my biggest cheerleader. She has had so much on her plate, but it didn't seem like it as a child. I am still amazed at that woman. I'm amazed at the fact that God has not given up, and she has not given up either. Mom, I love you. My brother, he is coming up on a year within being in the service. I cannot be more proud. This is his first time away from home. And it seems as though there was moments when he was trying to adapt. But that's a part of life, adapting and understanding exactly what your calling is and trying to figure exactly how you fit in within your own life. My brother is mastering that on his own in a whole entire another different state. I did that once myself, and boy, was that rewarding for me. So I can only imagine how he feels as an individual, still masking through life. My sister. In 3 days, my sister will be graduating from high school. 2 months ago, she went to prom. Let me tell you, she's put me through the works. She has put me through the works, but I will not trade her for a thing in this world. She's going to start to understand and know what it is that she actually wants to do in her life with the hand of God. Just a week ago, she actually got baptized, not because I forced her, not because my camera decided to die while I was giving a phenomenal, I forgot what I was talking about, but I think I have my notes here. It says my sister went to prom. Okay, my sister went to prom. No, I wasn't talking about that. Hold on. I'm human, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm jogging back. My sister decided to get baptized. That's what it was. And she decided to make that decision all on her own. When I heard her tell me this, I was like, oh, okay, go ahead. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, go ahead. I was so proud. And sometimes in life, you have to realize that when you hear things and when you say things, that's one thing, but when things actually happen, it's another. Come on, somebody. I want to guide our focus back to school for me. And I'd have to say, we've come to the end of the spring 2025 semester, and I am excited to share that I have passed all of my classes for the spring 2025 semester. I sit and I am still receiving the things that God told me to sit down and to receive. If it was not for me to be as determined to be led by God, as determined to continue to put my schooling first, I don't know what the outcome would have been. But being as though that my outcome was passing grades, I am so excited. I'm so proud of myself. The J Couture in January put in the work throughout January, February, March, April. leading up until this moment in May where the grades were posted. And I said, congratulations to myself. Thank you, God, for this. I am confident in my capabilities of continuing college and continuing to perfect my craft as an individual, continuing to guide and be guided, if you will. I want to highlight that it sounds cliche, I know, but I want to highlight, if I can, so can you. School isn't for everybody, yes, I know. But if I can, so can you. I can do school, so can you. I can create content, so can you. I can be determined, so can you. I can silence the noise, so can you. I can minimize how much is on my plate, so can you. I can love my family. I can be consistent with my gym routine, so can you. Again, my friends, I surrendered. And things has just been coming. Every single direction. From every single direction. So here we are. And today is my birthday. See, the way that I formatted my notes to highlight these different things with you today wasn't just because I wanted to give praise or have recognition for my birthday. I wanted to highlight the different things that has been going on in my life since January, leading up until my birthday. The success that I knew for a fact that I had to touch, but I couldn't touch it in January. It is my birthday. And when my friends asked me what it is that I wanted to do, I told them nothing. My friends are so used to, my family is so used to me doing things all the time. Me celebrating this, me celebrating that. This time I wanted to sit down and to take a look back and to take everything in that has been happening over the months since I've been away from social media. But even beyond that, over the years of my existence on this earth. Because this life, this journey is not perfect, but it's beautiful.